again, welcome back to Politics for the Culture. I'm Senator Dwight Bullard. We're coming to you live from the Miami-Dade Democratic Blue Gala. A lot of phenomenal people, a lot of phenomenal candidates. We have one here sitting next to me. I want to introduce folks to Phil Ehr. Phil Ehr.
Well, you were saying phenomenal with me, but let me just say, I won't object because it's the people who I've come from, it's the people who are phenomenal all around who are yearning for change. It's a change we need, we've got to deliver.
Absolutely. So Phil Ehr is a candidate for the United States Congress. For those who, missed that day in civics class back in 8th grade or missed American government, Congress are the lawmakers for the entire country. 435 members of the House of Representatives. You're vying for a seat here in the state of Florida, in Miami-Dade County. And Monroe County, correct?
Correct.
So I guess the essential question that many folks have asked is, why Congress and why you?
Why Congress, why me? Our country is so divided. And I've come from a career's worth of service in the United States Navy, where we are taken oath all the time. Every time you're promoted, every time you have some major change happen, like going from enlisted to officer service as I did, you think about the Constitution. You think about what it means to have honor in public service. I've had drill instructors, Marine Corps drill instructors, right in my face, having me do push-ups while I was saying the honor code. What is the honor code? We all in military service understand this. I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those among us who do. And the last part is on the edge of too many people are tolerating lies, cheating, and stealing that is at the top of government, and I can't stand it. I happen to be in a position of life where if I can't run, have so I am. I'm not a fan.
Well, I love that. And you mentioned your military service, which is so... Well, thank you, first of all, for your service.
1st and 10, 40-yard line. This is the critical moment. All right, here we go. He takes the snap. He's looking deep. Green and blue are open. Will he go green? Will he go blue? It's a Hail Mary to blue, and it's good!
This year, we can elect Commissioner David Richardson as tax collector, a certified public accountant who has dedicated his career to fighting fraud, waste, and abuse. David Richardson will lead with integrity. As tax collector, Richardson will improve customer service and enhance programs for residents. As a mom and small business owner, Annette Tadeo is running for clerk and comptroller to protect our tax dollars and achieve reforms. Annette Tadeo will regionalize the clerk's office, modernize technology services, and expand services to offer passport renewals. In Tallahassee, Fernandez Barquin voted for $1 billion in new sales taxes, took away our local control, and lowered wages on working families. Juan Fernandez Barquin, dangerous and reckless.
Promoted 6 times by Democrats and Republicans, Chief James Reyes has earned bipartisan support to serve as our sheriff.
I'm Chief James Reyes. As the only candidate with executive leadership experience in a sheriff's office, I'm ready to lead on day one. As your sheriff, I will invest in training and accountability for our officers, create an independent public corruption unit, and deploy new technology so we can aggressively take on crime and keep our neighborhoods safe. It would be an honor to serve my hometown as your sheriff.
Thanks for yours as well.
Well, thank you. I know my father served in the Army, my brother in the Air Force. So, like many Americans, there are folks who have some connection to military service. What are some of the takeaways from your time in the Navy that you feel are applicable to this next level of service?
So many things. First of all, there's no substitute for people. We have the strongest military in the world, not because of our weapons or technology, but because of the brave, ethical, and talented and committed people, men, women, older, younger, and it is a profession of arms in service to the country. So it's the people, it's the It's the culture of service, working and devoting oneself to something that's larger than any one person. And that's what we are in the military. When we see in our country, when we see our politicians take our country that has been forged in war, from the Revolutionary War and on through the ugliness of the growth that came from the Civil Rights Movement and all that stuff, all was meant to not divide. When we are strong, we come together. Right now, we're going through a period where some people pay on division, and that's the opposite of where we are.
So, Congressional District 28, and of course, as a former teacher, I could spend a whole lesson talking about the importance of Congress and the distinction between districts, but let's talk specifically about your district, okay? You have some very amazing parts that I had the luxury of representing when I was in the state Senate, the Florida Keys, Greater South Dade, these kind of important chunks, but these are chunks that are critical to kind of like the sustainability of our reality, the everglades, these protected lands. So when we see people, you know, in these moments kind of attacking or trying to say that climate change isn't real, it shouldn't be talked about. Here you are about to, you know, try to ascend to a position to represent some of the most vulnerable pieces of that environmental puzzle. Why is that important to you to go into service in a space like that is so critical to the green infrastructure?
I want to get to that green infrastructure, the fragility of our environment in my district. The people that you mentioned as well, it's very diverse. The
first woman president to the White House, Senator
Southwest outskirts. There's a northwest turnpike or the Florida Turnpike, different spots. To the west of that, to the south of the 10-mile trail. So it includes places like Kendall, where the issues are housing, overdevelopment, transportation, and congestion. And it's the Redland Agricultural Area, a place that is very unique in the country. The United States is having specialty plants and specialty fruits that cannot grow anywhere else.
And we have 44 more days to give it all that we have to make this happen for Floridians across the state. I decided to run a year ago because our freedom, the freedoms that so many of us want to experience in 2024 have been under attack. The freedom
hold the line, just like the farmers, just like the people who live out in the agriculture. Then there's also historically African American areas, Princeton, Naranji, those places are homestead, diverse, growing, overgrowing city on its own right. Florida City, and then the Florida Keys,
for the last 14 years that he has been in government. His failed policies and extreme rhetoric have left Floridians.
My district has a lot of them. South of the Tamiami Trail, all the way to the Gulf Coast. So why is that important? Because it feeds the aquifers from which South Florida gets
This is the guy who committed the largest Medicare fraud in the history of the United States. And used this money to buy his season center. And then wrote the plan to end Medicare and Social Security. He calls it the 11-point plan fund.
Because of the
I
so
Project
for decades it's been a bipartisan.
This is the guy that wants to raise taxes on the middle class, but wants to give larger taxes to himself and his wealthy friends.
So that we can have a better response for our environment. That's
He
just a
supports the Florida more than that.
And we want to see you get to the finish line. I want to thank Phil Ehr. Remember that CD28 November on the ballot. Out here trying to fight for us. Thank you for your service already, and hopefully for your continued service. And thank you for being on Politics for the Future.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Go to my website, Ehr for Congress.
We all know that
my last name is spelled with 3 letters. Hotel Romeo, as we military folks like to say. EHRFOR Congress.us. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. vote.